morning and welcome to me wearing my jammies with a coffee first thing in the morning. So at my husband's suggestion I thought I would do a wee this is a day in my life video. It's something that some people have mentioned to me doing before and I've kind of been putting it off because obviously it involves me sort of, you know, filming me doing stuff for an entire day. People seem to be interested in how I go about day-to-day activities. It's worth pointing out no 2 days are the same with me. Some days, like today, I've got a bit of a list. I'm going to be trying to get a few things done around the place. Other days I don't do much more than just edit my videos. So just to set the scene, I've got 2 kids currently here, sat on the other couch having their breakfast. So Aston and Samantha, they're in the world of awakeness with me. Giving me a funny look for recording myself first thing in the morning. So they're getting ready for school. I've got my elder daughter Olivia, who's currently at high school. She's actually on exam leave. She's on study leave at the moment. She's got her NCEA exams. So later on today I'm going to be dropping her off. They're having a study session for an English exam that she's got tomorrow. So she can have a bit of a sleep in today. My husband Clint, normally he would have been long gone to work by now. Unfortunately he's done something to his foot. He's hobbling about in a moon boot and he's off work on ACC. So it's not much fun. I've got a bit of a frustrated husband at home not being able to do stuff. My plan for today, depending on the weather, we've got a lot of weeds and stuff growing on our driveway. I really need to get around to dealing to those, to putting on the knapsack, getting some poison spray done. Don't know. Depends on the weather. I don't like doing it when it's too windy. Obviously I don't think it's going to rain today. We've got some potatoes growing out there. I need to mound the dirt up around them a bit more. I'll do the usual, making a loaf of bread, do some lunchbox baking, making dinner. Not quite sure what's for dinner yet. I'll suss that out in a minute. The bathroom needs cleaning. Our chickens have got a case of red mites at the moment, so I'll be down there with the red mite spray. I've got Taekwondo tonight, so I'll be making dinner a bit early tonight, and you know, bit of an awkward one when it comes to Taekwondo because it goes from 6 till 7:30, and it's sort of a 10-minute drive there. So it's a case of we either have dinner at like 5 o'clock, which is a bit early, or we have dinner at more like 8 o'clock, because by the time I've gotten back, got dressed, sorted it, 8 o'clock's a bit late. I would be getting pretty hangry by then. So, yeah, so I usually I make dinner for about 5, and sometimes I'll eat like half of it before and half of it after. It's just a bit of a strange night. But it is what it is. You do what you gotta do to survive. So, I'll have my coffee. Wrangle children. I will update you as I progress. Aston's just asking if he can play on the computer. Have you done all of your list?
Yes.
You have. You've got your shoes by the door. Is your bed made?
Yes.
Is any washing down?
Yes. Have you brushed your teeth? Yes. Yes.
You're wearing your uniform under your hoodie?
Yes.
Your lunchbox is in your bag?
Yes.
Alright, go on then. Here we go. I made some Greek yoghurt yesterday in my slow cooker. That turned out pretty good. Just got to drain the whey. A colander under it, so I drain the whey out. I can use the whey for baking and stuff. I shall leave that to drain while I continue annoying the kids to get ready for school. Getting shoes on. Aston. Off. Sam. Shoes. Kids are off at school. Funnily enough, they know I'm recording stuff today, so they actually left the house with very little fuss and drama. Because I threatened to film them if they, you know, fluffed about. I'm not going to head out with the weed spray just yet. So I actually haven't had breakfast yet. I don't always have breakfast as such. It depends how hungry I feel in the morning. Sometimes I don't have breakfast till sort of, you know, 10 o'clock-ish. But I am a bit munchy, so I'm going to have something for breakfast. I'm going to clear up some of the chaos in here and take it from there. Standard breakfast for me. mushed up wheat bix, bit of muesli, and chopped up banana. While I'm eating this, I won't film next, that's not exciting. I'm just going to log on for a bit, do some moderating on the Facebook page, check out any comments I've got on my YouTube videos, check my emails, fluff about a bit. Okay, so I just had Clint come in his undies no less, complaining that I'd made a coffee but I hadn't made him one. In my defence, he wasn't awake when I first made my coffee. I ended up doing a bit of a survey. It was only a 5-minute survey online. I go on these survey websites. There's Pure Profile, Taluna and Octopus. They're quite good. I get sort of about $20 a month or something from like the likes of Pure Profile. They're pretty good. They pay out. They just take a while to pay out sometimes. They just go into your PayPal account. It's alright. It's, you know, it's something to do when you just feel like sitting down and blobbing for a bit. Just fill out a survey. Give Clint his coffee. Sort out a bit of the mess in here. Plan what I'm going to do. In case anyone's wondering about the number of wine bottles you might be seeing next to the sink in the background, I'm not an alcoholic. It's just, it's actually some old wine bottles. I've been trying really hard to get them clean. I'm going to have to resort to one of those big sort of funnely scrubby things. So yeah, I'm in the process of trying to get them clean. I haven't actually, they weren't all from like last night, I reassure you. Okay, I've got a bit more clearing up to do, but that's alright. I'm just going to make a loaf of bread because we've only got a little bit of bread left and it's starting to go a bit meh, a bit stalish. So yeah, make a loaf of bread for lunch. It's quite good timing if I've just boiled the jug to make something as well, and I don't need to get warm water out of the tap. I just use the warm water from the jug. I make my own wee seed mix for my bread. It's actually cheaper than buying seed mixes to actually just buy separate. What do I get? I get linseeds, sunflower seeds, what are those things called? Pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds, and I just kind of make my own wee mix. It's cheaper to buy them individually in the bins than already mixed together. So Clint is up and about. He's decided because he's not being very active at the moment, as I say, he's got this moon boot on his foot. He's done something to the arch of his foot, but so yeah, he's sort of hobbling around at the moment. I promised yesterday I was going to make him an omelette for his lunch, and I just didn't. Last time he tried to make one, it was a disaster, so I did promise him so he's asked for sort of an omelette for a bit of a brunch. He's not eating much in the way of lunch at the moment because he's not as active as he normally is. So I said, alright, I'll make him a breakfast omelette. In the meantime, you know, I was getting that yoghurt to drain. Look at all that lovely whey down the bottom there. So I might use that later on. I might make a batch of my version of Crumpets later using that. Just thinking, you know, I've never filmed a how to make an omelette video, but do you know what? I don't think I should, because my omelettes come out super messy. And that there is why I will never do a video on how to make an omelette. I assure you it's yummy though. So, just looked out the window, thought, you know what, that wind has completely stopped. There goes my excuse. But you can see why I do need to, you know, do some weed spraying. It's starting to look like a bit of a jungle on the driveway, and also around the front of the house on our cobbles. It's getting pretty bad. But I'll just show you something amusing while I'm out here. All these are starflower leaves. They are really good in cooking. They sort of, if you eat them raw, they sort of taste like cucumbers. They're growing quite illegally. I've been using them though. They've been handy because I haven't had a lot growing in the garden. We actually still, because of Clint's foot being a bit bung, we just haven't got around to filling up all of our veggie patches yet. We've still got one we haven't filled up. One I've got, fingers crossed, beetroot growing in. I think some's growing. It's a bit hit and miss. My potatoes in the back veggies are going gangbusters. They are awesome. So I keep mounding up the dirt around them. I'll probably do that again today. Meant to do it yesterday, just didn't get around to it. But yeah, I'll go do some serious weed spraying, and then I'll feel like I've accomplished something. Okay, so I've run out of stuff in my knapsack. I'm not going to mix up more just yet because, you know what, the wind is starting to pick up a little bit again. I've got the worst hit areas. I'll do the rest of the driveway another day. Not a bad effort for, what is it, about 10 AM, so, you know. Just out of interest, I use white vinegar instead of fabric softener. And as far as washing powder goes, can't remember the last time I bought any, but at the time that I bought this, a good 6 months ago at least, this stuff lasts for ages and I use much less than the recommended dose. Yeah, it's 10 kg shots from the warehouse. Price has probably gone up since I last had to buy some. Getting towards the end, I'm down to about there now, so but yeah. So that just lasts forever, so that's just what I use. So, got the usual daily phone call from my mum. She always likes to ring to check up on me. I'm down to visit the chickens while the bread's in the oven. They've got a nasty bout of red mite at the moment. It's sort of been on again off. I just haven't managed to get rid of them this season, but I'm going down there and when I'm feeding them each day, I go down, give them a spray all their perches and stuff, and that just keeps them at bay. I did take my eye off the ball for a bit. In the meantime, check out our fruit trees. These are little like mini plums growing. Don't know if you can see all the ones up there. It's laden with them. That is, I think that's Blizzard in the Shadows. I just know it as Child of Cashew. I know it's one of Cashew's kids. Look at all our, these are nectarines. I need to give these a good water. Make sure they keep growing nicely. But yeah, oh, that's awesome. I love nectarines. Got an apple tree there in our pig pen. We haven't got pigs there at the moment, but we're sort of getting set up for it. That's got lots of apples growing on there at the moment. Nowhere near ready yet. Got a peach tree here that actually hasn't produced before, but this year we've actually got quite a few on there, so that's cool. Good to see. Got some more. These are either plums or green gauges. So I believe these are green gauges. They're in desperate need of watering, but yeah, and they got sort of about half a dozen off this tree last year, so I'm actually pretty stoked with how these fruit trees are going this year. Couple of apricots there. The apricots I'm still getting nothing from. I haven't got anything off my apricots for ages, but you get that. You know, it's a big field they've got all to themselves, and we still get escapees. Loki, Odin and Blizzard. So 13 all accounted for. Good to see. I need to make sure I collect the eggs every day, because that lady there, that's Bob. Bob is currently going broody, which means she's pretty keen to be a mum. We have let her be a mum in the past, but I really don't need more chickens at the moment. You can hear by the noises she's making. Hey Bob. Yeah, so she's pretty keen to sit on eggs at the moment. Last time I came in, she was guarding a couple of eggs that she was sitting on, so it gets pretty grumpy when I take them off her. So yeah, just make sure they don't start developing. A couple of eggies in there, but yeah, with the red mite spray, I'm not. Oh no, there's still a few. I'm sure we can see on camera. There's a lot of dead ones. Not sure if it'll really pick up on it. You can see little red dots. That's the red mite. So I've got a homemade spray that I make up, oil, water and washing up liquid basically, and I just douse it. Douse all there. Douse anywhere I can see them. Yeah, they come out at night. They come out at night and start nibbling on the chickens when they're roosting, because Chickens don't tend to go anywhere or react to anything when it's dark, you see, so why is Sherbet? Sherbet's making a noise like she's just laid an egg over in the bushes. Have to check that out. I did catch one the other day. I found a secret hiding spot. They've been escaping onto the trees at the roadside and yeah, laying a bunch of eggs. Luckily they were all okay. From the chickies, got a couple of eggs. Got that whey still draining away. I'm going to utilise some of that to make some, so we're actually, the kids have been hoeing into the muesli and stuff lately, and that stuff ain't cheap. So I'm going to make some of my my version of crumpets. Just trying to renew my daughter's prescription. They can't do it without an appointment this time round. Okay, you get that. The nearest appointment, today is the 10th of November. The closest appointment is 16th of December. Really? So, so I'm going to have to give them a call and just see if they can fit her any time before then. That's stupid. Yay, success. Got her in next Monday. Sometimes you got to ring up and be nice. Right. Leave that to sit and bubble for a bit. Look at that. Oh yeah. There is nothing like the smell of fresh bread. So I'm gonna hack into this and make me some lunch. And I'm just looking at what to have for lunch. And I don't know what the kids did to all our food over the weekend. Seriously, I had tuna in there. It's gone. I had a bit of ham. It's gone. It's our food is just gone. I'm gonna have to really ad-lib lunch today. But I found this in the fridge. It's normally they're pretty big on celery, but they've obviously you know, spindle. I mean, you know, no one's gonna eat that. But if we put it in a jar of water, I'm just gonna leave it on the bench in a jar of water. I'll show you what this looks like by the end of the day. The carrot makes it healthy. Just had my sandwich, just having a coffee and a bicky. We're fast hoeing through the bickies that I made the other day, so I'll probably do some more baking this afternoon. It's 10 to 1 at the moment. Need to drop Olivia off to her study session at 2 o'clock. I do need to hang some washing out. Hey Olivia, do you reckon you could hang washing out for me after lunch? I might get the other two out there, maybe mounding dirt over potatoes for me when they get back from school, as bribery for a computer turn. I need to get out to the, what are they called, black currants, because we just, you may have seen a while back, last time I did a garden update, we planted a whole heap of black currants, and yeah, the grass had just started overtaking them, so yeah, Sam and Aston had been out there snipping grass from around them, but I just need to get in there with the weed whacker. Clint sorted out the watering system there, so I'll get all the grass down, sort of let that lay down there just as a weed suppressant, and yeah, we'll give them a good water. So we've actually got this watering system set up here. So yeah, we've got that wire going all the way across. Clint's just recently put in some extra ones. And of course it goes across and waters the raspberries as well. So I turn that on. They'll get a nice spray of water for a while, which they desperately need. There you go. Stay back a bit, otherwise the camera will get sprayed. But cool. That'll be them. Getting wet. Quite refreshing though, it's pretty warm out here now. I'm going to head back, scoot off, drop Olivia off for her study session. And then it won't be long before I'm grabbing the other two from the bus stop. Olivia's kindly hanging washing out for me at the moment. So as I say, every day for me is different. I'm not always out and about doing stuff. Sometimes I'm not doing much more than just editing. But last week was bedlam. We had the primary school, we had their athletics day, which I was the main parent helper for. They had the year 8s from my daughter's primary school. They had a science day thing at another school, so I ended up taking them out for that. It was the school pet day. Oh god, we had stuff with Olivia, Clint and his doctor's appointment with his foot. It was just, last week was bedlam. Oh, and we all had Taekwondo grading. So we graded. Me and Sam, we're currently red belts. And we actually graded to black tip, which means, yikes, we have 1 year to train for a black belt grading. That's terrifying. Back from dropping Olivia off. Before I have to pick the other two up from the bus stop, I'm just going to throw together some ANZAC Slice. I'll put that in the oven sort of just before I put the crumpets in, so I'm minimising oven preheat time. And yeah, then I'll make a start on the tomato soup for dinner. As promised, tomato soup for dinner. Oh yeah, some troops are still coming to the table, but made toast with the bread. What I like to do is a wee swirl of Greek yogurt in there, so yummy. Okay, back from Taekwondo. Before the chaos of kids packing lunch boxes begins, I'm going to chop the crumpets, chop the ANZAC Slice, and then collapse on the couch. We tend to congregate on the couch and just watch something that we all like watching. Okay, so just out of interest, that celery, that's what that's looking like now. Isn't that amazing? That's actually quite nice and hard and crunchy now. So, you know, still little thin bits of it, but I mean, that's just brought that right back to semi-usable again. So, that's my day. Got my glass of Feijoa wine. I make my own wine. I'll put the video link down below if anyone wants to make their own Feijoa wine. But I had a pretty good day today. Actually, this is the only constant in my days, that they start off with me sat here with a coffee and often ends up with me sat here with a glass of wine. So tomorrow it'll be getting the kids off to school again. Olivia's got an exam first thing, so I'll be dropping her off to school. And then we'll actually be heading out and picking up a trailer load of dirt, make a start on our 4th veggie patch. There'll be the usual. I'll be making bread, I'll be making dinner. Don't have Taekwondo tomorrow night, thank goodness, because I'm aching. But hopefully that just gave you a little bit of insight for those who requested a day in the life video. So, there we go. Hit the like button. I'll be back with regular programming again next week. Have fun out there. Cheers.